Hello guys, welcome to my channel. The recent remarks by Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar regarding the Supreme Court have ignited a significant debate about the separation of powers within the Indian constitutional framework. Criticism of judicial overreach. The Vice President has expressed concern about what he perceives as the Supreme Court overstepping its boundaries and encroaching on the legislative and executive domains. He has particularly criticized the court use of Article 142 of the Constitution, which grants it special powers to pass orders in any pending case, referring to it as a nuclear missile. This statement have emphasized the supremacy of Parliament, asserting that elected representatives are the ultimate masters of the Constitution. He has also made statement regarding the Supreme Court setting time limits for the President to make decision on bill. Vice President concerned about accountability. Dhankar has raised a question about the accountability of the judiciary, suggesting that there is a lack of transparency and that judges are not subject to the same level of scrutiny as other constitutional functionaries. He also raises questions regarding the handling of the case involving Justice Ashwant Verma. The Indian Constitution establishes a system of checks and balance with distinct role for the legislative, executive and judiciary. Debates about the precise boundaries of these roles are not uncommon and are a part of a healthy democracy. The Vice President's remarks reflect the perspective that seeks to reassert the authority of the elected representative in Parliament. Conversely, the Supreme Court actions are often defended as necessary to uphold the constitutional and protect fundamental rights. The Supreme Court has stated that they feel they are under attack daily. Party allegations against the Supreme Court. It's important to note that criticism of the Supreme Court have came from various political parties over the years. Though the specific issues and intensity of those criticisms have varied. Concerns about judicial activism. Parties across the political spectrum have at times expressed concern about what they perceive as excessive judicial activism, where the court is seen as overstepping its role and making policy decisions. Appointments and transparency. The process of appointing judges has been a source of contention, with some parties calling for greater transparency and a more inclusive system. Specific judgment given by a court. Individual court judgment on political sensitive issues have often drawn criticism from the parties affected. This can include judgment on electoral issues or those regarding the balance of power between state and federal government. It is important to understand that the relationship between the Indian Supreme Court and the other branches of the Indian government has been a source of debate since the creation of the Indian Republic. It is important to remember that the Indian Constitution is a living document and that the interpretation of that document are subject to change.